Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh my goodness. I can't believe yesterday, the storm came through, and anybody who's not local in Dallas, you should Google the storm from yesterday. There's some absolutely amazing pictures online of this, I don't remember what it was called, but this, the morning, Frank, this, the way the rain just hit the Dallas area. There's this one picture that I saw floating around on Facebook, and it was just absolutely phenomenal how the clouds were, and it just was like this great big raindrop that went down over the city. And I'm outside of the city by like 40 minutes to an hour depending on traffic and all that stuff. So I got hit, decent hit, but it kind of just blew over me. It did not tear everything up, but there were cranes that dropped on buildings. Power is probably still out in certain parts of Dallas and everything. It is absolutely very impressive, very, very impressive storm. Hey, morning, Gary. So this morning, though, you would never know that a storm was even here because the sky is just crystal clear and blue, and it's this amazing temperature out and everything. I mean, it's a phenomenal day. It definitely is a phenomenal day. I've got all these amazing appointments today, fantastic clients coming in from out of state and everything, and potential new clients coming on, and so it's been a good day. And of course, started my day with some yummy, juicy intimacy with my guy and everything, and breakfast in bed, and some, we all know that I love coffee, so a good cup of coffee. And good morning, Darren. So, just kind of got me thinking as I was making my bed and tidying up and everything, getting ready for the day. Before I headed out here to jump on Conscious Coffee with you guys, I just decided, I was like, I need to kind of share about how the reality of hey, morning West, morning Addison, the reality that we really truly hold back our fuck yes life by not receiving it. And people, I know often when I discuss this concept with people, they're like, but I want it, so I'm going to receive it. I'll tell them, like, you're not allowing it in. We all do this. I've been guilty of doing it plenty of times in my lifetime, where I really want something, but I don't allow it to come in. And I see this repeatedly with people that I'm working with, and different stories that come into me and everything. I'm like, you're just not receiving your fuck yes life. You're not receiving what you're really truly desiring. You're desiring it so bad that you're basically clinging on it, and you're sucking the life, the potential of it manifesting into your life right out. And I am a firm believer that we can basically flip a switch energetically and call in whatever it is that we're wanting within a very short period of time. Now, we may not be able to, let's use money as, my shirt just keeps climbing where I don't want it to climb. We may not be able to, like, say we want to manifest $1 million, okay? So if we want to manifest $1 million into our sphere, we may not be able to have that happen within 24 hours, but we can definitely manifest the momentum of it within that 24 hours. We can take it from not a freaking chance happening to actually feeling the momentum of it occurring in our life within the near future, within that 24-hour time frame. And that's how we really open up to receiving, opening up to the allowing. And what I'm talking about there, it's not necessarily having the actual thing that we're wanting to create to physically form in our life within a really quick time frame, but to have the energy of it come into us repeatedly and increase that momentum, so snowball effect, for it to actually manifest quickly. And the way we avoid doing this, the way we prevent ourselves from receiving this beautiful energy that we can definitely receive, morning Marcus, is to lean into the feeling of it being there, the feeling of abundance, the feeling of freedom, the feeling of joy, the feeling of love, the feeling of connection, the feeling of thriving. it's not just, so if somebody says, how are you doing today? And you go, oh, I'm fine. Is fine a feeling of abundance or freedom or thriving, or man, I got it going on and I feel so turned on and so ignited to the day? Or is it just a feeling of like, I'm kind of like, I'm totally dipping here. I'm just like, I don't really feel anything. I'm kind of just nothing. Meh, nah, nil, right? Fine is just a cover word for I'm all fucked up in my head, and I really just don't kind of even give a shit, or maybe I give too much of a shit, and I've got myself worked up into this bundle and I'm resisting. Because when we feel this resistance, it really does come that it feels like a resistance in our body. So you're going to feel a lot of tension in your body. You're going to feel a lot of a frustration in your body, just different, just a tense, just this like, this gripping inside of you when you are resisting your fuck yes life. When you're in that flow of just, yeah, I'm going to push it away. So you can be thinking about something. You can be making yourself believe, so buying into your bullshit here, that you are doing and saying and acting and being perceived in the energy that calls it in. And you can really, really get into that thought that you were doing that. But if you really don't believe it at a deep down level, and if you're under thoughts to the thoughts that you're thinking are all the reverse of that, then you're pushing more away from it than you are calling it in. And here's the thing. The thing that you can really, really take note as to, are you receiving, are you in that allowance mode, or are you in a resistance mode? Two things. Number one, of course, pretty obvious, what's coming to you. What is manifesting in your life? And then the second thing is, how do you actually truly feel? And this is the one that we like to lie to ourselves about, because we don't really lie about what's coming to us. We'll be very, very honest about, yeah, my life is really jacked up right now, or man, I've got all this awesome stuff going on, right? And it's kind of harder to lie about that stuff, because it just is. It is the physical manifestation of stuff that's going on. We can lie about the way we're feeling. We can say, no, I feel great. I feel this way. I feel that way. I really feel turned on. I really feel like it's just right around the corner. Right around the corner. I feel so motivated. I feel so creative. I feel this. But sometimes that's just surface level. Sometimes it's kind of like, it's not an onion. It's kind of an orange. And we got this skin of the orange, and we are just proclaiming that the skin of the orange is the orange, when inside it's actually just this dried up, pruny orange that has no juice to it, no life to it, no nutrition to it. There's nothing there to actually get to it. And that's that underlying energy sometimes, which we're not tapping into. So we might have this beautiful orange skin there and be like, oh man, this looks like a really great orange. But then when you actually pull back the skin, when you really get real with yourself, you find out that there's really not a lot of juice to this. This thing's actually really quite dried out. It's been sitting here for quite some time, and it just has not been, used properly. So the thing that I want to kind of bring about this morning is really that if things aren't really creating in your life, it's really because you're focusing more in on that dried up orange piece, and you're not realizing it. You're really tapping more into that. You're resonating at that feeling. And if you're feeling like the dried up orange, then what's going on is that you're not making use of all the stuff that is available to you, because each and every one of us does have stuff available to us. I always come back to abundance in these moments, and kind of being a little bit more generalized in our thinking around abundance, because it's about the appreciation of the abundance that we all have. Appreciation of the abundance of stuff, so it can be like just really generalized view on that would be, I really appreciate the fact that I have air all around me. I don't have a plastic bag around my head. I'm not gasping for air right now. I have air everywhere. Now that might seem really silly. Well, there's air everywhere. Of course you have air. Well, I'm not suffocating. I'm not going through anything here. There's an amazing breeze blowing where I'm at right now, right? So I have this appreciation for that. I'm breathing with ease. Well, breathing with ease is gratitude for the abundance of ease that I have in that department. Yesterday I had a beautiful I sat down and I had this whole list of things that I was going to get done on my Sunday, just all this catch-up stuff, and I was just kind of just going through my day with ease. There was no rush to anything on there. Had a list, did not make it through it, of course, didn't even think I would, but really started tackling, and I bounced back and forth from my business stuff to my home stuff that I was just trying to get on top of a whole bunch of stuff. Did not have anything planned with family, with friends, with anything. I was just like, I'm just kind of taking the day as it comes to me in ease, and I'm just going to get this stuff done. Well, before I knew it, all of a sudden, as is always true with my house, one kid shows up and another kid calls me, and the next thing I know, I've got like a barbecue going on, and even my ex-husband popped in unexpectedly, and I was like, here, I brought some food. I talked to the kids. I hope it's okay that I pop by. And, there was these beautiful moments that occurred that just came with ease. So there is this gratitude for the ease of the relationships, for the happiness, the joy that my family has with them right now, for everybody being healthy, for all this kind of stuff. So keeping that generalized focus of the abundance of certain things that I have in my life. Well, that right there contributes to more abundance being able to come in. That adds to the momentum of the abundance energy. Here's the thing, it's got to be real. It's got to be real appreciation and gratitude for those things. And a lot of the times what we end up doing is we give a lot of lip or thought service to something, but we don't really follow it up with true heart-centered attention and focus. We do it because, oh, well, I know that I should be writing my appreciations down. And I've done this plenty of times where I've been in my journal and I think that I am really tapping into the appreciation energy, and I'm going, I'm writing a list of appreciations, or I'm sitting there and I'm doing an appreciation rant for like 2 minutes, just trying to rant myself, and I can get my energy worked up from doing a 2-3 minute rant on appreciation just by the rant energy of getting that vibration kind of intensified. The difference between that and actually having true appreciation is significant. I didn't do a rant yesterday, but I did slow down and I did captivate certain little, you could say, little snapshots of time that was occurring in these little moments, and I found myself just pausing every now and then and seeing something off in a distance, like my son-in-law. He was holding their baby on the couch yesterday, and he had little Damien laying down on the couch, and I'm sitting in my breakfast nook area, and I could see him across the way, and we're all talking at the breakfast nook table, but I saw him just alone in the living room playing with his son. And just the sweet little looks, and little Damien, cooing and laughing. I could see the baby smile from all the way across the room, and reaching up at his daddy, and and my son-in-law looking down at him, and just this little interaction. And it was this special little moment that I sat there, and I kind of tuned out of the conversation that I was kind of sort of part of. And I really just took that snapshot of that moment and felt so much love and appreciation and gratitude for multiple things going on in that moment. That's true appreciation and gratitude. That is the space that is coming from right here at the heart center, really truly tapping into that appreciation, into ease, into flow, into abundance. And abundance really does come from a feeling of appreciation, a feeling of gratitude, a feeling of ease, a feeling of love. These are high energy emotions, highest vibration that you can really tap into. And when you tap into those things, abundance is just right there. You build on the momentum of abundance of other things that bring you more moments like that. So it's like a matching game, okay? So if you want something that is going to bring you this feeling, you've got to tap into those moments that you are presented, even when they're little moments, like that moment right there. I could have completely missed it, but I caught it from the corner of my eye. I slowed the fuck down. I just kind of tuned into it, and I allowed myself to really absorb that into my heart center and really feel that moment and captivate it. So it was like that little snapshot, right? Something that I can carry with me forever. Okay? When we do that, that's that momentum. What we typically do, though, is the reverse. We go, oh, I want to have, a happy, healthy family. I want to have lots of money in the bank. I want to have this. I want to have that. I want to be able to travel more. I want to build a business. I want to call in a lover. I want to feel like this in the morning, waking up next to my lover. I want, I want this, I want that. All this different kinds of stuff. We focus in on that and we say, this is what I want. And we might write it down, and we might do, dream boards around it, and we might vision boards around it. And we might do all this different stuff and go to motivational things and everything. And we miss the most important piece if we don't allow for these little moments that are not focused necessarily on the exact detail that we're looking for, okay? But we're missing it. Don't focus on the detail, focus on the big picture. It's the big picture, that generalized picture, that gets us the details, because those details are kind of like getting to the end of the journey, and then I'll be happy. When this happens, I will then be happy. You've got to be happy, you've got to be abundant, you've got to be joyous, you've got to be turned on, you've got to be open, you've got to be free before you actually get the details that you are wanting to call in, because those details are just ending points so that you can start a whole new process. It's the end of one cycle, you get that, and then guess what? You're going to want something else that's going to provide you that same feeling, except it's going to be something else that you don't have, okay? It doesn't just end all of a sudden. Like, you don't just get what you want and then I don't want anything else. Life is perfect now. I'm done wanting for this lifetime. Bullshit. You're not done wanting for this lifetime. You're going to consistently want. You're human. You're going to consistently want for more. It's normal. It's healthy. It's the way we are designed. We are creatures of desire. But in order to get that desire, we have to open up to that generalized picture of it and really bring ourselves back into that view of that generalized feeling of abundance, of love, of turn on, of passion, of play, of any of those things that we really might want, of freedom, right? And we do that through the generalized. Keep your mind off of the realization, or as everybody likes to say, well, the reality is. The reality is that I don't have it. The reality is that this isn't here right now. The reality is that I've been doing all this work. I was talking to a woman the other day, a client of mine, and a state client, and she was telling me, she's just like, but I've been doing all this work that you're giving me, and I still don't have a guy. I still don't have a guy that's popped up in my world. Like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm now on a dating site. I really want to call this man in. I really think that I want this kind of guy. Blah 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 blah. We did a little bit of work around exactly what she was wanting to call in, and I gave her some stuff to go and to work on. But what it came down to was that she was so focused on the not having him, she was also focused on the I don't need a man. She told me probably 3-4 times in our conversation, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I'm like, okay, well, as long as you're proclaiming that you don't need a man, and as long as you're setting your reality on, he's not here, I've done all of this, and he's still not showing up, you're focusing in on the very fact of it's not here, instead of this abundance factor of, man, I'm blessed, I have this, I have that, I have freedom, I have joy, I have great connection in relationship. I'm learning about myself. Look at this, look at that, all these different things. Noticing when men hold doors open, noticing when men try to assist and help and allow, like stand up and show themselves to you. When we focus in on the reality of whatever we think is going on, realize that we're focusing in on an old vibration, an old energy, an old thought process of what is actually manifested thus far. If we continue to focus in on not having and looking for it in the not having fashion, then we're going to just continue to not have. Okay? That's how we keep ourselves exactly where we're at. That's how we really, really make sure that no matter what we're doing, no matter how hard we're working, no matter how hard we're doing this, and we're putting ourselves out there in different ways, because there's all this stuff that we can be doing, right? We can change our hair color, we can lose weight, we can tone up, we can run ads, we can jump on 1,000,001 social sites, we can go out clubbing, we can go out to and join a multiple networking situations, we can get a new job, we can move cities, we can do all this different kinds of stuff. None of it will impact us. None of it will bring to us what we want if we're not in the right mindset and heart set. So come back to, what do you have right now that gives you those feelings. The generalized feeling. Come back to appreciation. Come back to abundance of the smallest of things that are actually big things. Come back to where you have those moments of joy, where you really truly just feel great love for little things. Maybe it's your dog playing and being goofy. Where is the humor at? Maybe it's in your children. Maybe it's just a really great moment with a friend. Maybe it's a really great workout and you just feel powerful and strong in that moment. Maybe it's the fact that you are self-employed and you do have control over your time, so you have freedom. You know what freedom feels like because you are designer of your own timeline. Well, freedom is one of the biggest things that we go after in our lifetime because we don't want to be dictated to. We don't want to be underneath somebody's thumb. We want that freedom to choose for ourselves. That's the thing that we have to look at. Everybody has different pieces of the things that we want. Focus in on the little things in a very large generalized way so that those little details can actually manifest into your life. So, let me take a sip of coffee and then I have announcements to make. This morning, I was bad. I'm just like, it's not bad. It's actually really good. I decided to try. I have this like key lime pie. Addison knows what I'm talking about. She's going to be jealous. She's going to be popping by the house next. So I had this key lime pie that her and I picked up the other day. And I thought about it yesterday and I didn't do it. But this morning, just now, my first cup of coffee, I didn't put anything in it because somebody else made it for me. But I decided to pour a little bit of this key lime pie liqueur stuff, rum-based liqueur stuff in my coffee. And I'm like, oh, dang, that's pretty good. Like key lime, I didn't know if key lime pie liqueur, rum liqueur would be good in coffee. But it is. It's really, really good. It's just kind of naughty. It feels good though to be naughty, right? Sometimes just to have like one of those like little moments of just a little bit of naughtiness. I didn't have to put cream in my coffee. I didn't have to do anything. It was like, it's really good. Like perfect sweetness, perfect cream amount. It's yummy. So it is. It's got this, it gives the coffee just this awesome flavor. So, okay. So announcements, everybody. Announcements. Some of the stuff that is going on, I think the thing that I want to definitely promote on here to everybody that I think goes along with this talk the best is that Addison and I are headed off for our girls trip to Punta Cana. We're headed off to Punta Cana on the 24th of this month, so it's right around the corner. I've been trying to get my son, if Mother Nature will just cooperate. I think she's going to cooperate this week with me at least part of the way, so that I don't burn on the island. That's not fun. Tan pretty easily. Thank goodness for that, right? But while we are there, we are doing monetizing badass boss workshop for all you entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, small business owners, people who have a side hustle, all that kind of stuff. Just maybe are thinking about it. You're wanting to learn, like, how can I get out there into this world, this social media world of really owning my own business and being an influencer and doing different things. So what we have going on is we have a 3-day event that we will be bringing to you live stream here on Facebook called Monetizing Badass Bosses, and it is all about passion, play, and profits. Okay, so we're going to be talking to you about those 3 topics. Day 1, we're going to be talking about passion. Day 2, we're going to be talking about play. Day 3, we're going to pull it all together. We're going to tell you how your passion and your play help open you up to more profits in your life. And we're talking about, yes, cash flow, but also about just the profit of abundance, the profit of abundance and love, the profits of abundance and joy, kind of like what I've been discussing here on Conscious Coffee this morning, what I preach and teach about consistently, right? That thriving fuck yes life. How do we get that? We get that through passion, we get that through play, and then we profit from it in our energy, in that higher vibration, what we call into our world. And anybody who is a small business owner, who's an entrepreneur, mompreneur, side hustle person out there, you're in some MLM company, you got like 1,000,001 competitors out there, you just started, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you don't really know what direction you're turning, you wonder, hey, how does Kendal do it? How does she, why is she so prolific? How does she get articles out the way she does? How does she get these conscious coffees so she doesn't even know what she's talking about when she first gets started, and then it just starts coming and she's boom, 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 boom. Crap, right? I do 20 to 40 minutes of live coaching every single day. I write 1,500 to 3,000 words almost every single day. Didn't do it yesterday, so I can't say every day. How do I keep in that prolific energy, that creative energy, constantly putting out courses and still have all this energy and all over the place and just like really thriving in so many different areas? Well, I do that by connecting to my passion, to my play, and allowing the profits to flow from that and really doing that internal mindset work. So what Addison and I are going to be teaching on is just that. Remember, if you're not an entrepreneur, self-employed, mompreneur, or a side hustle person, that's okay. If you want to learn about passion, play, and how you can profit in life from it, this workshop's still for you. Great news on this, though. Hey, morning, Arnie. Great news for you on this. I decided the other day, I told Addison, I was like, I think to the first 10 people, let's give away my Ass in the Sand workshop as well. So last year I went to Jamaica. I did a similar thing in Jamaica, from the beaches of Jamaica. I taught a 3-day workshop live stream, and it got recorded and is one of my home study programs now. So I am giving away this $300 value to the first 10 people that sign up for Monetizing Badass Bosses. So you are actually getting 2 workshops for the price of one, a $300 free workshop coming to you, which is going to give you so much content on really accessing and being able to build your entrepreneurship the way that you want it. And I really just teach a lot of the different stuff that I've learned over the course of time, that I've learned from my mentors and everything. I've learned over 17 plus years of the coaching practice, and all the years before that in the sales industry and marketing industry and everything. So I'm sharing a whole bunch of that content with you. Very, very powerful course, only available to the first 10 people. So I encourage you guys, click on the link in the comment section. If you want to do me a favor, hit the share button for this Conscious Coffee. Help support Conscious Coffee. Help get those messages out there, that free coaching and training out there. Help change the world by helping somebody else access their own power and learn how to thrive themselves. Because you know what? When one person thrives, look at the ripple effect that one person can have when we really truly thrive and we just access that energy, that power, that turned on vibe that we can all have. When we do that, we touch everybody's lives around us because we impact other people, multiple people that we may know or may not know every single day. I can tell you what, interesting. This is this story could go like 15 different directions. It has lots and lots of different. I'll probably end up using what happened the other day in multiple teaching situations because that's the way I work. But the other day I was out with a friend, and her and I we were just I went and got gas, and I went to the grocery store, and there was all these exchanges with different men within the course of like an hour and a half time out. I probably ended up making eye contact with probably 5 or 6 different gentlemen. And the reason I share that with you is because these moments in time, it was, like one man held the door open for me, another guy, I held the door open for him. I ended up, having a little words back and forth of gratitude and hellos with another total stranger, made eye contact with another stranger and gave a smile exchange, right? And then, I had that happen again in the parking lot. I was taking my cart back, had another exchange with a smile and a gesture, an appreciation. And the thing that I noticed from each and every one of these men, as I was telling my lover, I told him about all of this stuff. I was like, the energy that I got from each one of these gentlemen was I really truly felt like almost an appreciation energy coming from them. At least that's the way my soul chose to take it, was this appreciation energy. And what I was giving back was gratitude and appreciation to them. A smile of hi, I wasn't like, why are you looking at me? I was like, hey, how are you? Have a nice day, and just like this appreciation and open, genuine smile. When we smile, we offer somebody else so much positive energy. We don't know what we've just blessed them with, because that person could have been having a really crappy day, and to actually make eye contact with somebody and give them a genuine smile and just have a little bit of unconditional love and appreciation come up from our heart just to another human being, that is exactly why I always start and end different things with namaste. Because namaste is all about, I see the light in you, and the light in me honors the light in you. It is a respect statement. It is an honoring statement. It is a statement of appreciation for seeing someone else's soul and recognizing it as the light of God, which we all have that spark of God. And a smile does the exact same thing. So That's part of the whole, like, just thriving, and that whole thing. When we are thriving, when we are living in abundance, when we are turned on to our life and to our day, we impact other people in small little ways, and we've got to be aware of that. You know, I wear this ring on my thumb, and I've had it here for, I don't know how long at this point, 12, 15 years maybe. And it is Gandhi's quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And the one thing that I consistently keep in the back of my mind, and I try to live by, is this very quote: "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And one of the things that I wish to see in the world is more joy, more happiness, more actual authentic connection and communication with people, and that it can just be those little flickers in time of just sharing an authentic smile with somebody. So realize that when you do the mindset work, when you do the work on yourself, when you take advantage of some of the programs that us coaches put out there, when you take advantage and you step in and you say, no, I am going to fucking commit to myself, I'm going to commit to growth, I'm going to commit to expansion, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, I'm going to stop saying yes to the comfort, yes to the average and ordinary, yes to the settling, and I'm going to actually push my own boundaries here, and I'm going to expand myself, even though it's a little scary, even though it's a little edgy. I know that it is absolutely going to be so powerful for me, that you are not just doing it for you, you are also doing it for every single person that you come in contact with for the rest of your life, because those little moments, they mean something. They are little ripples out there into the universe, into the world. We impact this world, every single person that we come in contact with. So ask yourself today, how am I impacting the other people in this world? How am I really truly making that ripple effect? What does my ripple say about the impact that I'm making? And as always, everybody, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. You can also, of course, keep following me on here. Like I said before, thank you for all your love, your likes. Hit the share button. Go check out Monetizing Badass Bosses and sign the fuck up, because the first 10 spots gets extra bonuses. That's going to be really, really good. So I hope to see a whole bunch of people over there. And if anybody, of course, has any questions, feel free to message me on any of that stuff. I am available to answer your questions on any workshop, training, or coaching, or anything that you might have. So always, always feel free to message me. I will catch you guys tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Blessings, everybody.